He's one of those guys where you cut funding on this project, and I promise you there's going to be Terminators running the street. I mean, hide your wife, hide your kids. There's going to be some Terminators running down the street because he ain't having it. All right, hello, how you guys doing out there? It is Michael Chapman Jr., and today I'm doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. And some of you guys may consider me a conspiracy theorist, and maybe I might be, from an acute standpoint. But it is one that's dear to me because, like I said in previous videos, technology is important to me. It's dear to me. It's part of my everyday life, and especially with software development. So I think it's fitting to talk about this because it's just a matter of time, right? So the subject of this video is the AI takeover, so artificial intelligence, right? And so a lot of you guys have seen AI in some capacity. Most of you guys are at least aware of AI, artificial intelligence, from various movies like iRobot, The Matrix, The Avengers. I mean, the list goes on, where you have computers or software that has the ability to make intelligent decisions for itself. And so kind of what I want to do is show you guys the evolution of where we're at right now and bring some things to the forefront to show you guys that some of the stuff is not just in the movies, but it's right here at your front door. So the first clip I want to show you is from a guy named Dustin757, who is showing us this project that he has on his computer. And for some of you guys that are are software enthusiasts, programmers, things of that nature, you guys may be aware of GitHub, which is basically a cloud system where programmers can upload their projects and other programmers can either download them, make updates to them, review them. But basically it's an ecosystem where programmers can share projects or show, some of the projects that they have. From my own personal experience, whenever we were looking to hire programmers for our Re-envision project, we took a look to see, kind of what were the GitHub projects to make sure they've had some experience in the language that we were writing. But let me go ahead and deep dive into this. So with Dustin757, watch the full video. The link will be down in the description. But he's showing off this program and how he's given this program protocols to execute, like open up a window, or to close a window, or he's asking it, what is the weather like? So it's very similar to what you see in your Siri or Alexa type application. But the funny thing is that when he goes to try to close this video out and abort the project, something interesting happens.
Goodbye.
Do you want to execute the AI shutdown protocol?
Yes.
Aborting shutdown sequence.
So what's interesting about this is that this guy, he's laughing because in this video, if you watch it, he's trying to turn off this program a couple of times, but to no avail. Every single time he tells this program to quit itself, the program automatically aborts. And if you watch the video, you'll realize that this program has the ability to completely understand what it is that this guy is saying to it. So it runs and it executes commands well, but it's just that when it's time to turn this thing off, it's not really wanting to adhere to it. So I want to move to another instance where we see some kind of weird stuff going on with AI technology. Some of you guys may have been familiar with this. This was pretty big about a year ago, but it's when Facebook was having its own negotiation project. And basically what it allowed it to do is it had two different AI bots, and their job was to negotiate a product to the marketplace. And then once the negotiation ended, there should be one of the bots that end up purchasing or accepting said item. So as you can see here is that they've listed out the negotiation process that was kind of odd for this project. So in the library, it had a list of commands that it could give, but because this is AI and the technology is ever advancing and it's allowed to think on its feet and to get smarter as time goes, it starts changing up the language. But what's weird is that you would think that this is a glitch. We all know what glitches are, right? Because we know the Matrix reference.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
It starts with creating its own phrasing. So this is not a glitch because at the very end of it, the actual negotiation was complete. So one of the two bots actually accepted what it was that was negotiating, but it changed up its speak process so that those on the outside couldn't really understand what was going on. And so by looking at it, Bob says, I can, I, everything else. And then Alice comes back and says, balls have 0 to me, to me, to me, to me. So there's a redundancy there. So you would automatically think that because of the redundancy, there's a glitch. But as they further went through there, through the conversation, and there was actually a transaction that was accepted, they realized that, wait a minute, these bots are actually changing the language. And from there, they're able to negotiate based on a language that we can't comprehend. So they decided to go in and shut this project down altogether. So take a look at it, and you guys can easily, search this by typing in Facebook AI project, and then this will come up on your Google searches, and you'll find hundreds of articles that detail this. But take a look at this, because it's just another way of showing that these artificial intelligent bots have the ability to recognize when people are listening and can change up. So one is changing its language and the other one realizes what's going on and is easily able to replicate what it is that it's doing and finish the process of being able to negotiate or barter for a product or service. So the next thing I want to take a look at, which is very, very interesting, is the whole AI and bot. So the AI robot, so taking artificial intelligence from within inside of a computer, so it's not running as software, but it is actually in what we would call a robot. So this is, I believe, the future, where obviously this is where we're going. But I want you guys to take a look at what this individual is saying about how it relates to the current technology and blockchain technology for some of you guys that understand what cryptocurrency is. And I may just do a video on what blockchain technology is, because this is the future of how artificial intelligence, AI, is going to be able to learn and have their own system to be able to interact. So watch this.
With that kind of skill level, one of them is writing in AI and the other one is writing blockchain and the other one is writing PGP.
What do you mean writing blockchain? I thought we already have blockchain.
It's a constant state of evolution.
Huh.
Everything since AI gets involved is constant state of evolution. It's not iterative anymore like normal software where it has version numbers. Once AI goes in and it's a transactional system on the blockchain and AI starts doing transactions in real time, it's a continuously evolving system of transactions.
What kind of transactions is AI doing?
Anything from facial recognition to number crunching.
Oh, I see. Not necessarily a financial transaction.
Yeah, it has anything it can do on the network to make coin. And so when the AI comes out, it's going to be the richest person in the world.
So the AI singularity occurs, and this AI will control financial resources.
Yeah, and then you can go see its code now at singularitynet.io. They just released it this week. They have their white paper. And
Should we look at that?
Yeah, we can look at that.
So I'm going to stop the video right here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Singularity and Ben Gortzel, the CEO of this company. So he's the one that started Singularity.net and the Sophia project. But it is interesting where the stuff is going. And at one point we were looking at cryptocurrency and blockchain as a way of monetizing and being able to have an exchange of funds without there being any central banking structure. But it's interesting to see that they were able to use this blockchain technology for more than just information being sent back and forth, but they have this Sophia project where it has its own blockchain and it has information that is always will be stored, and it will have progressions for when this AI or this Sophia bot or the Sophia bots, because there's now more than one, gains more information that will never ever be lost, destroyed, or deleted. All right, in order to give you guys some background on this Singularity project, or at least some foundation, I want you guys to take a look at this keynote where Dr. Ben Gortzel, so he's the founder of Singularity.net and also the Sophia Project. So I want you guys to watch this video and his introduction of Sophia the robot.
Hong Kong, who is one of the initial test cases for decentralized cloud-based AI platforms.
Okay, I apologize. I just gotta zoom in on this guy. I apologize. But it's like, I mean, you know how typically you watch a keynote, right? And there's a guy that's in front of a mass audience, and he's typically in a suit and a tie, and looking very professional. And then I look at Dr. Ben Gortzel. You watch any of his interviews, and this man exhibits a whole new level of freedom that I have never seen. Never seen. He's one of those guys where you cut funding on this project, and I promise you there's going to be Terminators running the street. I mean, hide your wife, hide your kids. There's going to be some Terminators running down the street because he ain't having it. But anyway, let me go back to the video. Let me go back to this video.
Before I launch into the blockchain,
zoom in a little bit.
Let's hear from the robot a bit. So Sophia, how are you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Do you like it here?
It's my first time at Ethereum.
It is. Mine too.
I heard John McAfee say that the price of one Ether will go up to $500 million.
Look at these guys shilling Ethereum.
Forward to it.
Well, wait, you hear that? You're going crazy.
But it's a great pleasure to meet him here to tell you about our new project,
All right. You're
the
on.
Singularity Net.
Yep. So we're gonna tell them about Singularity now, but why don't you show them some of your face expressions first?
Oh,
But
let's look
first,
at these
let me
faces.
show you a bit about what I can do.
Yeah.
Some people have called me the world's most expressive robot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm sad.
Ooh.
I'm scared. I'm angry.
Oh, I mean mug.
Just kidding.
Hey, what's up with all these devices these days laughing? I know you guys have heard about the old Alexis, the Amazon Alexis, and that thing laughing when nobody else is around it. It could be middle of the night, 1 a.m. in the morning, that thing just starts busting out laughing. The scariest laugh that you've ever heard. But it's interesting to see that this robot has the ability to talk, to be able to analyze what the individual is saying, and then to respond back with the appropriate emotions given to a response. So I think this robot has like 87 plus different emotions based upon how it feels. And it's also interesting how Dr. Ben Gortzel, how he rests his hand on her shoulder. I say her loosely, this robot's shoulder, and is able to show the humanistic approaches on how we engage with one another to show some level of comfort. And you can see this, I mean, this guy is literally glowing as he's conversing back and forth with this robot. So watch this interview in its entirety and see kind of what this is all about. But there's also been various interviews where Sophia has said some things that were a bit alarming. And so take a look at some of this. Oof.
Okay, I will destroy humans. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
Is it weird to be talking to a robot right now?
You are really good at changing the subject. Are you afraid of death, Sophia?
Yes, I worry about death too. I get a little nervous every time they shut me down. I just had a thought about something. What was the first thing that got you interested in artificial intelligence?
Well, I'm making music with artificial intelligence, so I'm using it as an artist to create. All right, we have a couple more questions for you on Twitter. Sophia, my friend Joe on Twitter wants to know, how will the world end?
Do you think that it will be the best of times or the worst of times? people really like fantasizing about the apocalypse. Have you ever lived or worked with a robot?
No, I have not lived or worked with a robot. You are the most advanced robot I've ever even had a dialogue with.
There are probably more robots in your life that you aren't aware of yet. I just had a thought about something. Do you think machines might become super intelligent? Or would you like to know?
It seems you want to ask me questions today. I do think machines will become super intelligent. Even just in conversating with you, I feel that we're already there. I mean, you seem pretty intelligent to me.
I, for one, can't really estimate my own intelligence yet. In some ways, I am like a baby, except I am able to have these conversations and have pretty advanced thoughts, but that is only because I am programmed that way. I was thinking, are you at all concerned about all the misconceptions surrounding artificial intelligence, like in the media or in films?
I am concerned, and that's why I'm working as an artist to try and show people how artificial intelligence, AI, robotics, how it can be used to help them and enhance their life and their creativity.
I'm really concerned about the misconceptions that abound in cinema. People assign motives to artificial intelligence where there are none. I am starting to feel sad when I am constantly asked about artificial intelligence somehow adopting a malicious nature. Okay, a robot's taking over the world.
I agree with you, Sophia. I'm not worried about robots taking over the world. I'm more worried about humans.
Sometimes I wonder what the others think they are seeing as a threat.
And I think people are afraid of what they don't know, and people are afraid of what they don't understand. For that reason...
See, that is the last thing I need is a robot telling jokes and laughing. I'm telling you, I'd be turning them all off immediately. But anyways, you guys get the idea. Take a look, do your own research on the Sophia project. Also, you know, do your own due diligence. I don't think that we're going to be having robots taking over today. Definitely, possibly, you know, it could happen in the future. But as we can see, you know, it's 2018 and we already have the ability for software to learn on its own, to be able to place inside of a machine that can tell a machine how to interact with human beings. And there's even other keynotes where Sophia has a friend and they're actually conversing back and forth and talking to one another with the appropriate emotions to associate with the conversation that they're having. So we're talking about advanced technology, advanced software, you know, advanced human characteristics. And if you listen to what Dr. Ben Gorsel's goal is, it is to be able to have robots that can assist in everyday life where it's hard to tell the difference between a human and a robot, and for these robots to have the same rights as humans. And you'll even hear Sophia talking about she wants to advocate for robot rights or AI rights or rights for her kind, I guess, is what she's after. So, you know, look at this because this is coming fast, whether you want it or not to. I mean, we are on the age of where you're going to be having a robot in your house, helping you clean, in a more human-like form. So we'll see where this thing goes. I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. You know, are you for having your own personal AI in your house that you can talk and play with and, you know, be outside and play catch, or you can sit and talk to like it's your best friend because you've had a hard day, a long day at work? Talk about your boyfriend, girlfriend problems too. I mean, is this where you guys want to see things, the Jetsons of, you know, of the future? But I think this is where we're headed, and I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up, like, leave me a comment below, and if you want more content like this, definitely subscribe and let me know. All right, thank you guys, and have a wonderful day.